Today, I'm going to be playing out the career of Joe Burrow, but after every season, he's going to be switching to a new team. And I mean, at this point, obviously, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Joe Burrow is easily a top 5 quarterback in the league. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does on different teams. He might even be able to carry some of these guys to a Super Bowl. But anyways, obviously in the first season, he's on the Cincinnati Bengals. And obviously, as you can see, the Bengals do have a pretty solid offense. I mean, obviously the Bengals did miss the playoffs this season, but that was because of injury. So I mean, as long as Chase and Burrow both stay healthy, I'd say the Bengals should be able to make the playoffs at the very least. I mean, by the looks of it, since he did end up having a pretty solid season, going 12-5, Baltimore went 15-2 though, so they won the division, and we play the Titans in the wild card round. But anyways, it looks like Burrow ended up going on an absolute tear this season. I mean, he had 4,400 yards for a career high 46 touchdowns. But anyways, I feel like the Bengals obviously have the upper hand over Tennessee right now, so I'm hoping we don't choke this game. But at the same time, this is the 2023 season, so that means that the Titans do still have Derrick Henry on their team. So if they're gonna win, it's probably because of him. His defense is actually doing a pretty good job at stopping the run right now too. I mean, that does force a 3rd and 5. I'm just gonna try and go for Chase, who looks to be wide open. That's gonna bring it past the 50. So just like that, we are in Titans territory. I might regret doing this. Actually, never mind. Chase is gonna be wide open. What a grab. I mean, I did throw that ball a bit earlier than I should have thrown it. There was a very high chance that got shut down, but obviously Chase clutched up for us and got the first. It seems like every time I try and go for a run, it just doesn't work, so I might just keep it in the air. It is 3rd down right now as well, so it's 3rd and 9, so I kind of need this to work out. And once again, Jamar Chase is going to clutch up for us, and it looks like this one's going for a touchdown. So that is going to give the Bengals the lead first here. So I mean, I'd say that's a pretty hot start from Cincy. We're coming back out here in the 3rd quarter though. As you can see, somehow the Titans do actually have the lead over us. I didn't think this would actually happen, but as you'd probably expect, Derrick Henry is going off right now, but so is Jamar Chase. I mean, honestly, if we can have another drive kind of similar to what we did on the first drive, I feel like we should be able to take the lead here. Oh yeah, Higgins is going to be wide open. So it looks like that is going to put us in Titans territory once again. I'm honestly abandoning the run game at this point. I mean, I feel like if I really tried, I could probably get Mixon going at some point, but so far, that's going to be a flag, so that helps us out again. As I was going to say, though, I mean, so far it seems like everything is going our way with the passing game. I mean, even with the missed target right there, they got struck with a pass interference call. I'm going to keep it on the ground this time, and it actually looks like Mixon is getting a first. So, I mean, as long as we get 12 yards here, that is going to give us the lead. I feel like this play is honestly kind of dangerous, but the way that Chase has been playing, I feel like it's going to work out, and it looks like it's going to. So that's going to be another touchdown for Jamar Chase, and that one right there is going to give us the lead as long as we make the PAT attempt. Hopefully from here on out, our defense can actually clutch up, but it looks like against all odds, the 8-9 Titans ended up pulling off the upset on us. So I mean, we're going home early. I really didn't think we'd be losing to Tennessee, but that's where we're at right now. I mean, again, that is a very, very disappointing way to end off the season, just considering the fact that the Bengals were literally below 500. But to end off the first season, it looks like Patrick Mahomes ended up winning MVP. Joe Burrow did end up coming 4th place in the votings, and after beating us, it looks like the Titans somehow made it all the way to the Super Bowl, but the 49ers are gonna get the job done. But anyways, that's gonna bring us to year number 2, and this season it looks like Burrow ended up signing with the Seattle Seahawks. And as you guys can see, I mean, this offense honestly might be an upgrade over the Bengals. I mean, Burrow has a ton of weapons to work with. Obviously, I wouldn't say this team is Super Bowl favorites or anything like that, but with Joe Burrow on this team now, the Seahawks definitely have a much better chance at winning it all. But as you can see, I mean, it looks like Burrow did his thing, because the Seahawks are going to go 13-4 to surprisingly top the Niners to win the division, and they're going to be taking on the Bucks in the wild card round. I mean, considering all of that, it seems like Burrow is fitting in just fine with his new team. With that being said, though, his stats did drop just a little bit this season. season. I mean, this time he only had 3,900 yards for 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, which is obviously pretty solid. But it looks like the Seahawks are going to go on to beat the Buccaneers. So now we play the Eagles in the divisional round. And as you can see, it looks like the Eagles did end up scoring first. And this defense is still absolutely loaded. So this is obviously going to be a very tough game to win, but hopefully we can get the job done. I mean, as I said earlier on, with Burrow on this team, it definitely raises the Seahawks' chances of winning it all. And it looks like Walker is gone. And I also don't think I mentioned this yet, but as you can see, Joe Burrow does also have X Factor now. So, I mean, after 2 pretty solid seasons, it looks like he's getting better. We're going to find Smith and Jigba. He's also gone all the way up to like a 97 overall. So, I mean, in a few seasons, I'm pretty much guaranteeing that he's going to hit a 99. I'm going to keep it on the ground again here, though. And once again, Kenneth Walker is gone. With 28 yards to go, though, I feel like this is where we got to be really careful here. Because if we make one wrong move, I feel like the Eagles are going to burn us. It's also 3rd down now since we couldn't get the first there. So if this doesn't work out, we might have an issue. All we need to do is get 1 yard, though. Oh my God, we almost got smoked, but Walker is gonna escape. I'm so happy that Walker is on a tear today because that was almost tragic, but it seems like he's just plowing through everybody at this point. Come on, please. That was almost a touchdown. Metcalf got popped, though. That would have been a crazy play, too, if he was able to hold on to that, but obviously that was not the case. I'm gonna try that one. I feel like we should probably just keep it on the ground. We're going backwards. Okay. I mean, things were looking very promising for us, but since then, this defense is clutched up. So, I mean, if this play doesn't work out, it looks like we're going to be getting held to a field goal, but it looks like Smith and Jigba is going to clutch up for us. So, we are going to score a touchdown off the 3rd down conversion, and that is going to tie the game up. So, I mean, we are obviously right back in this thing now. It looks like we have a game. Coming back out here in the 3rd quarter, though, as you can see, Seattle does have a 4-point lead over us right now, but if we can score a touchdown, let's go. Walker is still cooking right now. As I was saying, though, I mean, obviously, if we do score a touchdown on this drive, that is going to give us the lead, and oh, we ran into our own player. We probably could have got more yardage in that, but that's still a 1st down. I'm going to switch it up a bit here, though. I really want to try and go for a shot with DK, but oh, everyone's locked up again. I'm just keeping this on the ground. I was going to try and go back to Smith and Jigba, but obviously that was not working out for us. I honestly might just go for another run of Walker because it seems like every time I give the ball to this guy, something good happens. That's almost another 1st down. I mean, if there was a player of the game for the divisional round, it would 100% be going to Walker right now because that guy is tearing through everybody in his path today. We're going to find Metcalf, though, and that is almost going to go all the way. He brought it to the 9. I'm honestly going to go back to this play here because that worked really well for us last time. This time it might not work as well because there's only 9 yards to go, but never mind. Once again, he's going to be wide open. So that's another touchdown for the Seahawks. And that one right there is going to give us the lead. So if our defense can hold on to this, we might be getting a dub in this one. We're coming back out here in the 4th quarter, though. I mean, as you can see, we are in great position to win this thing right now. I'm going to go down right here. The ball almost got knocked out there. So, I mean, obviously, we got to be more careful with that. I'm just trying to run the clock down as much as I can here because if we score, I do not want the Eagles to have a chance to get anything. Okay, there's 8 seconds. I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to try and go for one more run here. I know this might not be the best decision, but I mean, I feel like we definitely have time to try and run one more play. As long as we don't fumble here, we should be good. And it looks like that's going to work out for a touchdown, so even better. So that is going to give us a 7-point lead over the Eagles as long as we make the PAT attempts. And as you can see, it looks like we were able to get the job done after that. That was a very clutch final drive from Walker and Burrow. So it looks like the Eagles are moving on to the NFC Championship game. But it looks like things are not going to be getting any easier for us because now we have to play the Cowboys, who are 15-2. And I mean, as you can see, no surprise, Dallas did end up scoring first. This is obviously going to be our toughest matchup of the season. It looks like Walker is still going on an... Oh, no way this goes. Hold on. If we can get one more block, never mind. Lawrence is not fast enough to catch us. That is by far the craziest touchdown that we have scored all day. I mean, Walker is still going on an absolute tear. So that is a huge touchdown, which is going to give the Seahawks the lead first after one play of offense. Since that huge play, though, I mean, things have not been as smooth for us. We're down 24-21, so obviously we are keeping up with the Cowboys right now. No way, we almost did it twice. I honestly might just keep running it with Walker because it seems like they do not have an answer for our run game whatsoever right now, so I'm just going to keep going for it, and it looks like once again that's another first down. Oh my god, bro, I just saw his stats too. He has 162 yards for 2 touchdowns in this game, so it seems like Walker has by far been the best player on this team in the postseason. I'm gonna try and go for Metcalf here though, and hopefully this does not get shut down. That's gonna be close. I'm keeping this on the ground. I could have gone for him, but Burrow's gonna bring it to the 47 either way. That does bring up a third down though. I would love to just keep it on the ground with Walker again here, but since we need 6 yards, I feel like putting it in the air is the better option. Metcalf, get that. That's a first. I'm not gonna lie, this team has been playing a lot better than I was expecting them to. I mean, I'm not saying I thought the Eagles were gonna be the Seahawks were gonna be a first round exit or anything like that, but I didn't think we were gonna be making it to the NFC Championship game. And I mean, we do obviously have a pretty solid chance at making it all the way to the Super Bowl. That's not getting off. That's a sack. I mean, I know that does set us back quite a bit there, but the way that Walker has been playing, I feel like he's probably still our best bet at scoring a touchdown. We almost got clobbered by Diggs. We're gonna lose yardage again. Or actually, I think we did end up getting some yardage on that play, but either way, it wasn't a lot. At the very least, as long as I don't throw a pick or anything. Yeah, Parsons is gonna be a problem. We're going backwards again. As tempting as it is to go for it on 4th down right now, I'm just gonna kick a field goal just to make sure we can tie the game up. And then I guess it's all in the hands of our defense if we're going to overtime or not. And as you can see, our defense actually clutched up. I really wasn't expecting things to go like this, but both teams have already had a possession. Obviously, we did not score on our first possession, but oh, Smith and Jigba, let's go. I'm just gonna keep trying to run plays with Smith and Jigba because it seems like he's been getting a lot of separation. As I was saying though, all we need to do is kick a field goal, and that is gonna send the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, as long as this is good, that is pretty much gonna do it. And it looks like that is gonna send Joe Burrow and the Seattle Seahawks to the Super Bowl. I mean, as I said, I really wasn't expecting Seattle to be as good as they were this season, but now we're just one win away from winning it all. But anyways, to end off year number 2, it looks like this season Lamar ended up winning MVP, and it looks like we're going to be taking on the Raiders out of all teams in the Super Bowl. I mean, I guess a couple years into the future, the Raiders are a pretty solid team, but with that being said, I feel like the Seahawks by far have the upper hand in this game, especially if Kenneth Walker can just keep doing what he was doing before, because in the first 2 games of the playoffs, this guy has been an absolute menace. Okay, they actually might be a bit better on defense. I mean, that's still 2 pretty solid pickups there, don't get me wrong, but that is nothing compared to what we were doing to the Cowboys to start off the game. Metcalf's gonna be open though, and he also has a lot of open field. That's a huge play. So it looks like this team might be weak with the passing game. I'm gonna try and go for either Noah Fant here or DK Metcalf would be awesome, but it looks like he's probably going to be locked up, so we're going to hit Fant. That's another huge play. I mean, it seems like we're making quick work against this defense already. That brings the ball all the way to the 10-yard line. I just realized I have DeForest Buckner on this team as well. That is a scary duo with him and Crosby. That is also only going to give us 1 yard on the run. And on the downside for us, the Raiders did get another stop after that. So now it's 3rd and 9. If this doesn't work out, we're going to be getting held to a field goal. Come on, please get there. We're going to find Fant in the back of the end zone. So that's going to be another touchdown from Seattle. That was an absolute dot from Joe Burrow. I just want to throw that out there. But that is going to give the lead to the Seahawks first here. And I mean, as you can see, it looks like the Raiders were not built for the big game. We're going to be getting the dub in the Super Bowl. So 2 years in and Joe Burrow's already got himself a ring, which is obviously pretty impressive because as I said, I mean, this is his first season on a new team that isn't the Bengals. And again, I really wasn't expecting Seattle to be as good as they were. But as you can see in year number 2, Joe Burrow and the Seattle Seahawks are going to be hoisting a well-deserved Lombardi trophy. But anyways, that's going to bring us to year number 3, and this season, it looks like Burrow ended up signing with the New England Patriots. And I mean, weapons-wise, I'd say this is a very, very obvious downgrade from the Seahawks, but the O-line is quite a bit better. With that being said, though, I wouldn't say we're Super Bowl favorites or anything like that, but at the very least, I think with Joe Burrow on this team, we should be making the playoffs. And as you can see, the Patriots had a pretty solid season, going 12-5 to surprisingly win the division, and they play the Dolphins in the wild card round. At this point, Joe Burrow is honestly just doing miracle work to whatever team he goes to, and once again, he had another very, very solid season with 4,400 yards for 33 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I also don't think I mentioned this yet, but Joe Shiesty has also gone all the way up to a 99 overall, so it looks like I was right. I knew that was going to happen at some point. We're going to have Juju Smith-Schuster wide open for us, though. This is obviously going to be a very tough game to win. The Dolphins are still a very solid team 3 years into the future, but with that being said, we have Joe Burrow now. And I mean, the way he's been playing lately, it seems like he is really all we need to have a chance at winning a Super Bowl. I'm going to try. We got to rush that off, but we're going to have the tight end wide open, so that's another first down. This drive has honestly been going a lot smoother than I was expecting it to. I thought Jalen Ramsey was going to be a huge problem, but so far, he's been pretty much non-existent, and that's going to go for a touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, that was a very, very quick drive from the Patriots. That was a lot more than I was expecting this team to do. That's going to give us the lead first. And as you can see, we're coming back out here in the third quarter. We have a pretty close game going on. It's 20-16 right now, but we have great field position right now because we did just get an interception. Obviously, if we score here, as long as it's a touchdown, that is going to give us the lead. So hopefully we can get that done. Marquise Brown is going to be wide open. We almost got around both of those guys too. If that juke worked out, that would have been absolutely insane. I'm going to try and end it off with Hunter Henry here though. And hopefully... Dude, this defense is doing a terrible job at covering right now. That's going to be a touchdown from Hunter Henry after he kind of just plowed through that guy. But unfortunately for us, after that, our defense showed their true colors and allowed like 20-something points in the fourth quarter. So they dropped 44 on us. So obviously that's going to send us home early. I mean, for a second there, I honestly thought that the Patriots were going to get the job done. Again, that team did a lot better than I thought they were going to do. I honestly thought we were going to barely sneak into the playoffs, but the fact that they won the division is pretty insane. But to end off year number 3, it looks like Dak ended up winning MVP, and it looks like the 49ers are going to get their revenge against Baltimore in a Super Bowl rematch. But anyways, that's going to bring us to year number 4, which is going to be the final season of this video. And to end things off, surprisingly enough, Burrow ended up signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I mean, as you can see, obviously, this offense is very, very solid. We're taking Trevor Lawrence's job, apparently, because he's still on the team. I mean, considering we have Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, we by far have the best backup in NFL history. Trevor Lawrence as a backup is actually insane, but with a team like this, once again, I am expecting the Jags to make the playoffs this year. And I mean, as you can see, it looks like Joe Shiesty and the Jags did end up going on an absolute tear with a 13-4 record to win the division, and they're going to be playing the Broncos in the wild card round. And once again, it looks like Burrow did end up having another pretty solid season. Not as good as last year, but he still had 3,800 yards for 36 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Coming out here with like a minute to go in the first quarter, though, we weren't able to get anything done on our first drive of the game, and we're going backwards. So, I mean, so far, it seems like the Broncos are actually putting up a pretty good fight right now. We are also down 7-0 if you haven't already realized. That, honestly, okay, that's either holding or Burrow got hit. I didn't really see which one it was. And of course, it's going to be going for a holding call. So that's going to set us back quite a bit. So now it's 2nd and 22. And Burrow's getting sacked, and he fumbled the football, but we got it back. This has been a horrendous start to the game for the Jags. I mean, we kind of just got to throw up a prayer and hope that somebody can get this for a no way. No way. That actually might go all the way for a touchdown. Come on, Ingram, get going. You got to put the Jets on, bro. Oh, we're going to get caught at the 17. Either way, that is a ginormous play from the Jaguars. I actually can't believe that even worked out for a first. It's even crazier that we brought it all the way into scoring position. So as long as we don't screw up here, we should hopefully get 3 points on the board at the very least. Actually, that should be a touchdown. Come on, Ridley, get there. That's going to work out. So, just like that, the Jags are going to tie things up. Even though that was a terrible drive to begin with, we're coming back out here in the fourth quarter, though. As you can see, it's 4th and 11. So, if this play doesn't work out, we're screwed. And we're also down 24-10 right now. So, I mean, it looks like our defense kind of screwed us over in the second half. We ran the same play that worked out for a touchdown last time, though. And once again, we're going to find Calvin Ridley. I'm going to take the PAT attempt, too, because I just got to make sure we get every single point on the board, because we also got to get the onside kick to work after this as well. So, I mean, if we can somehow recover this, we have a chance to pull off a miracle win, but I honestly cannot see this working. I'm just going to kick it over here and hope that it gets like it's a bounce or something. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay. Oh, man, that is going to be a very, very tough loss for the Jags to stomach, because we were by far the favorites in this game. But, I mean, unfortunately, against all the odds, it looks like the Broncos are going to be moving on to the second round. So we're going home. But anyways, to end off the final season, once again, it looks like Lamar Jackson's going to be winning MVP. And it looks like Lamar's also finally going to get himself a ring with the win over the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, comment the most random thing you can think of so we can confuse everybody in the comment section. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.